We have the presentation, proclamation congratulating the Westlake High School Girls Varsity Wrestling Team for winning the 6A State Championship, round 2. Who's, yeah.
Hi, my name is Guy Burdett. Coach Burdett, I'm the coach. My son actually is the head coach, and he isn't here today. He's out of town. And he asked me to come here, and so Cody and I have been, working together for years and years through his career, and then now he's gone on to become a very successful head coach. This is actually the 3rd year in a row that we've won a state championship. And it's really interesting because wrestling, we think of, number 1, as a boy sport, number 2, as an individual sport. But as we know, it's also a girl sport. And these girls have really embraced it. And it's a sport that allows them to gain confidence in themselves and find out who they are as people and so on. And it's been a wonderful experience. What I'd like to do is have the girls come up, and then they can maybe each introduce themselves. So let's go ahead and come up like we did. Thanks. All right, we'll just start with you. Just say your name and what grade you're in.
Hi, I'm Emily from Westlake.
And Emily was a state champion this year.
Hi, Lizzie Sean, I'm a junior.
Also a state champion.
Hi, I'm Jessica Harrison, I'm a junior.
As state facer.
I'm Ashley Cannon,
And state champion.
I'm Jamie Barton, I'm a junior.
And
A state champion.
I think we're going to win next year. We'll see you again next year.
next year's going to be a really good year. The year after is one we're really cool.
I'm Samantha Dobson, and I'm a senior.
Yes.
I'm Haley Big, and I'm a junior.
Awesome. There you go.
Next row, move up, talk.
I'm Allie Lockwood, and I'm a junior.
I'm Natasha Exton, I'm a sophomore. And I'm Iowa, I'm a junior. I'm Carol Williamson, and I'm a freshman. Woo!
I'm Kathy Robbins, I'm a junior, and I qualified for state.
I'm Katie Young, and I'm a junior. Paris Parker, I'm a junior. I'm Carol, I'm a junior.
We have a theme going. Awesome.
Diana Doe, and I'm a senior.
I'm Madison Doe, I'm a junior.
Who doesn't want to come on that?
That's my 3-year-old.
Yeah, and we have 2 additional coaches.
I'm Emily Freelandson, assistant coach for several years.
I'm Jaden Beagley, I'm an assistant coach.
I'm Brandon Long, I'm assistant coach.
Thank you, guys. And also, I just want to say as a proud dad, my son also won Coach of the Year.
Oh, that's great. Please.
Go coach.
Perfect. Here, I ask Councilman Carter to give the proclamation we prepare as a council.
So before I read that though, I just wanted to, I gotta figure out how to get better communication with the school. When we have something like this happen, and we've got a team competing for a state title, I really like what our surrounding neighbors have done, and we've tried a couple times and didn't get over the finish line at the championship games, but I love to welcome teams back into the town when it's possible with, public safety, fire, and police. It doesn't always work because they have other responsibilities. But if we can figure out a way working with coaches and administration of the school to communicate, I'm happy to be a liaison to the school to get those, so we know what's happening.
That would be awesome.
I found out that we were on through Facebook after the fact. So we actually were trying to do this last year. I talked to your son last year, and we never got back to in-person meetings in a timely fashion to have the team come in. So I'm glad that you guys could repeat, and I'm sure it'll be back next year.
Yeah. Well, one of the challenges is usually Saturday night when it gets done late. But there's no reason why we can't schedule a Monday or Tuesday. So.
Yeah, well, we'll try and make it work. So I'll read the proclamation. Whereas Saratoga Springs is home to the Westlake High School Thunder, and whereas both Saratoga Springs and Westlake High School may lay claim to both academic and athletic excellence, and whereas the Westlake High School girls wrestling team has exemplified the true meaning of teamwork and has demonstrated not only the will to win, but also the will to develop their craft through hard work, sacrifice, diligent heed to their coaches, parents, and school administrators. And whereas the Westlake High School girls wrestling team has both collectively and individually continued to raise the bar of performance. And whereas the Westlake High School girls wrestling team has successfully competed in the Class 6A State Wrestling Championship. Whereas the Westlake High School girls wrestling team has won the Utah State Class 6A State Wrestling Championship for 2022, in addition to their 2021. And whereas their victory has brought pride and prestige to the community of Saratoga Springs. Now therefore be it proclaimed to all that resides in the bounds of the Saratoga Springs, Utah County, state of Utah, that evermore Tuesday, March 15th, 2022, shall be known as Westlake High School Girls Wrestling Team 6A Championship Day. Signed this day, this 15th day of March 2022 by Mayor Jim Miller.